Hello and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Luce, and tonight, a little while ago, they released the first of the Arcadion raids, the Savage difficult tier raids that were going to be very difficult. I'm just going to be doing the story mode fights, which are a bit more of a standard difficulty level. But what's notable is, as you can see, I'm Dark Knight. That's right, I'm doing it on tank this time, not as my usual main of Reaper. I guess basically after the end of the tank roll quest, I realized, oh hey 70, welcome to the stream. Stylish stranger, a new challenger appears. Time to unlock the new raids. If I remember right, this guy had a stereotypical American cowboy accent, so if this isn't voiced, I'll use that. Ah, I found you at last. You, my good sir, were born to be a star. Oh, maybe I should give him a Doug Dimmadome. Let me introduce myself. I'm Matem, head of the strategic management of Ascension Arcadia, the premier enterprise for entertainment and solution. Our flagship faculty is Arcadion, and in combat arena, might be easier to do this cowboy. Our flagship facility is Arcadion, a combat arena, and there is where we host the Ascension Arcadia Championship. It's the pinnacle for fighters of Alexandria, and I want you to be among them. Me? Why me? As you may have heard, the circumstances forced us to close the arena's doors for a time, but the time is right to now reopen them. Her Majesty's tragic passing has left our citizens disconsolate, by proving to them that with gripping entertainment, it is our hope to make them forget their cares for a little while. If we want to accomplish that, however, it will not do to show them what they've seen countless times before. No, 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 they need something new, someone new. Who better than he who not only protected our citizens from the king's army, but struck down the king himself? That was you, correct? I may have slain a few kings in my reign, my day. And so it was, and for your strength and valor, President Federation has marked you to be the Arcadians' next great star. Just imagine, as an upstart, the People's Protector arrives on the scene and challenges the mightiest to rise up as Grand Champion. What could be more gripping, I ask you? For your part, you'll naturally be well compensated. Our finest equipment Solution 9 has to offer awaits you after each and every victory. Well, sounds good to me then. I get to kill things and get paid for it. I dare say this has you in time, but you need to make up your mind right away. If you're keen to test your strength and win rich rewards, then come to Arcadia at the end of the avenue. The attendant shall show you in. And with that, I bid you farewell for now. I shall look forward to the favorable response. Ah, so it's a gladiatorial arena. Haven't had one of those in a while. Oh right, the building is the one that looked like a giant graphics card. Dang, you can tell they really took advantage of the graphical update they made with Dawntrail. The story's been kind of controversial, but the graphical update and gameplay has absolutely not. I admit part of me is a bit nervous since usually I do content first as a DPS before doing it as other roles, but after the tanking role quest reminded me how much I enjoyed playing Dark Knight, I figure why not. And yeah, I'm actually sticking with the skin for the Neo Kingdom Greatsword for now. Pretty cool. Basically an actual greatsword, as opposed to a giant hunk of metal like some of the others. Although I guess usually I use the where is it? Yeah, I usually use the Goddess Greatsword, which is definitely a greatsword in itself, but I figure some back to basics might not hurt for this particular story. Ah, Coda, Master Matem has been expecting you. If you'd follow me, I'll take you to him. Sounds good to me. Come, Finding Way. Let us find what's awaits us in here. You came. By this, I take it you wish to fight in the Arcadion. That's the plan, yes. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to the fold. Now then, I shall explain to you. Ah, fellow gladiators, I take it. A cacker with the thin eyes means they're seeker of the moon. You look like you got some fight in you, I guess. Mine's a seeker of the sun, which is a slightly different tribe origin. Still, you can only be so strong without being a soul shifter. You wouldn't last long against any of us. Well, aren't you just a treat? I look forward to meeting you on stage. I take it she works with seduction and charisma. Don't underestimate the power of charisma builds, that's one thing I'll say. You're a puny candle before my roaring flame. Make it to me and I'll blast you out of the ring. Glad we have some spirited rivals for this particular story. Did stream pick that up? Oh, this stream pick that up. I guess if it was, I was doing my laundry a bit. So you might have heard the finishing ding. Those are some of the fighters you'll face. They're all characters, as you can see, but I hope you do not take offense to their words. Consider it their way of welcoming you. Yeah, I get it. They all have to have their wrestling personalities. Because when it comes to show fighters, you can't just win. You have to entertain the crowd, or else it won't be nearly as satisfying. Or, for that matter, as profitable. Now, where was I? Oh yes, as mentioned, the Ascension Arcadia Championship is a fighting competition. The realm's mightiest duke it out in a bid to be grand champion. I've no doubt that all Alexandrians will be captivated by a journey as a challenger, and cheer you on as you fight your way up the ranks. And speaking of ranks, the fighters in the Arcadian are divided into 3 tiers: light heavyweight, cruiserweight, and regular heavyweight. The ultimate objective is to become the undisputed champion in all the tiers, and thereby rise up as grand champion. As a rookie, your campaign begins in the light heavyweight tier, where you must defeat your 3 rivals ranked therein. Oh, goodness gracious me, I almost forgot the most important thing. The Arcadian has its own repository of feral souls, which our fighters utilize in battle. So potent are these souls, they can alter the fighter's very forms. Lest you wonder, the potency employed... It is the potency of the souls employed that separates the championship's 3 tiers. I see, so they'll all transform into a monster of some sort when I fight them. Like what happened in earlier, yeah. Now, I'm given to understand you do not use a regulator. Even when faced the king, you did not rely on souls of any kind. Now that is most impressive indeed. Be that as it may, it would be egregiously unfair to you to compete with not to balance the scales. Unfortunately, here at the Arcadian, we also have souls of former champions in storage. We should use them to create allies to fight inside you. I have noticed that the main story and this story are trying to avoid having us always use the Stone of Azem at all times. I can kind of get that, yeah. It makes it seem all the more special when it does get whipped out. And to make sure they work with you, like a well-oiled machine, will draw upon your memories to fine-tune their appearance and abilities to your liking. Huh. So like the arcane manifestation of Glul Jaja during the big tournament. My, such marvelous magics exist in your world. Intriguing. Electrope is the medium employed here, but I dare say it is similar in bringing forth a temporary simulacrum. Yeah, it didn't sound like the Endless because I'm pretty sure it's something else. Since remember, the illusion we fought did not have any memories or anything. It just fought at the person's peak. And for the purposes of evening the odds, I believe 7 of these will suffice. What do you think? Yeah, that works for me. Still, I'm gonna have to put my foot down here. I do think using souls for the purposes of entertainment is wrong. We have to remember our cultural differences are quite different. I expect you might harbor some reservation about these souls. Those who do hail from outside the very often do. And so I have a proposal, an additional incentive, if you will. For each victory, I shall release the souls of those who fought beside you. You, my friend, will be the star who brings a fresh change to the Arcadian. Now, that is actually quite a huge thing for him to offer, since, like I said, it's mostly a cultural differences thing. The way they usually work here is they separate the memories and soul of everyone who dies, so the souls can be reused and basically as extra lives for the regular people who live. And the memories are then used to create an endless, basically a ghost of the past that goes into their artificial afterlife. Which I had to destroy as part of the main storyline, but I assure you it was actually a necessary thing. I don't want to go into it because that's kind of... that would require me to go into the entire storyline. You can't even unlock this without doing the main story, so... I guess you can watch my VODs of the main story if you want to be reminded of how that worked, because that's I'd have to explain the entire second half of the storyline to get the context down. What do you say? Are you willing to fight under these terms? You know what? I'll go for it. Excellent. Now, I would tell you more about the Arcadion, but let's save it for your first bout. After all, it'd be pointless if you end up losing straight away. Oh my, that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Nonetheless, I was... Ooh. This is a new song. I've seen some a bit weirded out, because while we have had advanced technology, the Solution 9 and all this seems to be way more sci-fi than Final Fantasy usually is. Honestly, though, I think Final Fantasy's always had a weird blend of a Tolkien-esque fantasy and sci-fi type of fantasy. Yeah. I mean, even in Final Fantasy 1, you basically got a weird cube that teleported you to, quote-unquote, a sky palace where you fought Tiamat. Yeah, it's a device that teleports you to a space station, and even most of the random enemies in there were robots, so... kind of funny that sci-fi elements have been part of the Final Fantasy franchise since even before Cid and Chocobos. Those didn't arrive until Final Fantasy II. And Moogles and job changing, which those didn't show up until Final Fantasy III. Yeah, if you want more of a straight fantasy story, you probably want Final Fantasy's sister series, Dragon Quest, because that one is a bit more so, a bit more of the straight JRPG fantasy, if I remember right. I've got a buddy who absolutely loves the series, but I only played the first handful, so I can't give a full opinion on them, unfortunately. With that, I officially welcome you as a fighter of the Arcadion. When you're ready to take on the arena, you need but say the word. By completing these matches, you may earn valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged. A claw in the dark. He gazes at you unexpectedly. You're ready then. Excellent. Rest assured I'll be here to guide you to the beginning. We got ourselves a cutscene. You take it? Yep. Now then, I shall introduce you to the first opponent. Take a look at the monitor. Alrighty, who are we fighting? This here is the Black Cat, feared as the claws in the dark. That's right, she's the one who took your measure earlier. While she's still a rookie herself, you'd be wise not to underestimate her. She has real talent and is expected to go far. Her feral soul is Cath Palug, a terrible feline said to push a legendary hero to its limits. Cath Palug is a cat from Arthurian legend. With its power, she becomes unimaginably nimble. Her very claws can rend steel. You'd best keep your wits about ya. Now, you should know that the ring is uniquely configured to complement the fighting style of your foes. This is in order to provide the audience with a spectacle. After all, we're first and utmost in the business of entertaining. On a similar note, I should mention that I'm also the commentator for the matches. Leave it to me to squeeze every drop of excitement out of your fight. Now then, you'd best see to your preparations. May you emerge victorious in your debut. AAC, light heavyweight M1. Alrighty then, this shouldn't be too hard. Trials? No, raids, here we are. At Medim's invitation, you've entered the Arcadion Championship, a competition in which the greatest fighters of Alexandria fight to become champion. Yet your opponent wields feral souls to augment their strength, so you in turn must use a simulacra of past warriors to battle the scales. Your debut is against Black Cat, a fellow rookie harnessing the power of Cath Palug. If you're to siege a victory against this foe, you need to be agile indeed. Oh, whoops, I still have frontline accepted. That was because I was doing PvP earlier. As a tank, I should get a pretty fast Q time, at least. That's one perk of queuing as tank rather than DPS. Of course, I guess I'll just ask, when I get in, I'll just ask if they want to MT or if I want to. Because the last thing we want is to have the tanks fighting over aggro. I imagine anyone's watching this is already aware of the concept of MMO roles, but I guess in this case, when you have multiple since I need to fill the time anyways, I'll just explain it. As a quick recap, the point of a tank is to hold the enemy's attention so that the damage dealers and healers do not get attacked while they do their respective jobs. With the tank having many tools to reduce damage taken so that they can survive for extended periods. When there's two of them, usually one takes the main boss and the other grabs any adds that show up. Or if the main tank accidentally gets killed, the off tank will then take over as the main tank, while the healers and others focus on getting the tanking partner back up. So there's a bit of work to it, but luckily, tanking is honestly not that very difficult in this game. Especially since this is after the patch where they buffed enmity generation, aggro generation, or threaten. It's called something a bit different in each game, but basically it's just what forces the boss to focus on the tank above everyone else. Basically pisses them off, something to piss them off enough that they focus on you to the exclusion of all else. Here we are. The Dank Knight is ready. Full party. We are in the arena. Looks good, I think. There we are. The Dark Knight is here. Haha.
A rookie on the rise with razor-sharp claws. The ferocious feline, Black Cat!
Oh no, she's hot! Claws in the dark, Black Cat. Haha. Yeah, alright. Alright, yes. Who's doing a countdown? I'm gonna respect it.
I hope you're ready to be ripped to shreds.
Our challenger's first opponent, Black Cat. Can they hold their own against our feline ferocity?
One, two, paw. I'm assuming she's gonna hit that side, so let's kind of stay away. That side, then this side. Okay, yeah, I'm getting it. One, two. Just gonna start with that side. Dark Knight used to have a damage over time effect, but they lost it after a bit. I guess they figured that too many jobs had damage over time effects.
Can you dodge this, I wonder?
Black Cat Crossing. Not too bad. Oh, oops. Alright, I'll just activate a cooldown to make sure my defenses are up.
Try this!
Yeah, I gotta stack with everyone else still. The tank, I still have to do mechanics like anyone else. Mouser.
Here it comes. Black Cat's lithe and lethal maneuver.
Crap. My ring!
Please bear with us while we repair the ring.
Going up!
Oh, she's destroying the ring. Even after that.
How long?
I see, you have to make sure you land on a tile that's not destroyed. Okay, that makes sense. Let's make sure I don't move at all, actually. Yeah, I could have survived that if I aimed it right, but, you know, not bother. There we are, the ring's repaired. I need to keep her face north, or else the melee is gonna be pissed off with all the positionals.
Got you like a cod!
Shadow Vigil up. Yeah, that'll protect me from this just fine. I probably use more cooldowns than I needed to, but better safe than sorry. I cannot afford to drop at this fight. At this point in the fight.
You're miss.
Alright, leaping 1-2 paw. Ooh. Oh crap. I see now. Okay, I get that. Leaping.
That one off, but the challenger's still standing.
I need to avoid spinning her with like a top. Oh, she's gonna knock me here. Alright, so I need to land on that one, right? Alright, yeah, I got that right. So yeah, whatever I land on gets smashed. Shadowed Vigil. Here we are. Arena repaired.
To me, echo of my soul.
I don't know what the challenge is. Might as well protect best we can. Yeah, she just looks like she's just repeating mechanics now, so make sure we've mastered them. Not bad, actually. Leaping one, too. Alright, so... Oops, a little early. Walls swallowed up. There we are. Ha! Ref bots.
The match is decided! Victory goes to the challenger.
Ah.
It's all over. Until next time.
It's showtime. You know what? Why not? Ooh, wonderful. Okay, got some pants. Good. Hit the sign. Well, I may not be the best tank, but I didn't die and nobody... The only death I saw were the people falling off the cliff, which I'm guessing is gonna get a lot of people first time, so not bad. Bravo, you must have been magnificent out there. The President's eye for talent is as keen as ever. But now that you have a first victory under your belt, I shall tell you more about the Arcadion. The championship traces its roots to a time in Alexandria long before the coming of the Tirali people. It was very different in the beginning, though, with matches pitting recreated simulacra against one another. That's right, the very same which fought by your side. But with the advent of soul-derived resuscitation, battles to the death between living combatants became the norm, all without any actual deaths. The contest evolved once more after Zeraldra was made king. It was he who proposed the feral souls enhance one's flesh, leading to technology of it being devised. Oh, it was the combatants who took power and likeness of beasts, and the audience experienced newfound heights of excitement. However, when Zawalja raised the banners of war to embark on his conquest, all Pharaoh souls were reserved for army use. We had no choice but to suspend all operations in the Arcadion. What happened afterwards, I believe you know. Having gone mad, the king was vanquished by our hands, and shortly after our beloved queen was taken from us, though we are thankfully safe now. Oh, sadness and uncertainty darken our hearts. Yeah, I did kind of completely undo their entire system of government, so that's probably going to be something I'm going to have to deal with later. Some may think it a poor time to resume the championship now of all times, but it is now most of all the people need cheering up, and as I mentioned when we first spoke, I wish to help them forget their cares. The bread and circuses technique. You see how the audience roared when you, the upstart challenger, triumphed over a rising rookie. You have captured their imaginations, and I hope you shall continue to do so. I can't believe I lost someone who was even using a feral soul. Just what are you? God damn it all, I can't leave things like this. Say, would you mind if I watch you for a while? Don't worry, I haven't any hard feelings. I'm just curious at all about what you can do. Sure, be my guest. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna be watching you quietly. As fickle as a feline, that one, but I do hope you don't hold it against her. Deep down, she's got a good heart. I guess since we're doing talking history anyways, fun fact, Heaven's Eye materia used to increase accuracy. However, since it was really easy to get the minimum required amount of accuracy to not miss, well, technical miss, as in you attack, and even then it only really applied to auto attacks if I remember right. So basically, it was eventually decided that just as long as you're equal to a higher level than the thing you're fighting, you'll just always have 100% accuracy, as will the enemies. It removes silly RNG, some silly levels of RNGs. There has been like videos and stuff, I don't know if they're still up, but there were videos of people beating one of the earlier ones because of an auto attack missed when it would have killed, allowing it to come back, but it also means the players would miss some really important attacks to finish foes off. So now instead they added crits and direct hit as basically two different forms of crit. Sweet Poison. Medem would introduce your next opponent. Although unexpected company has appeared, let's focus up on the match ahead. Who's the next rival we will be fighting? Allow me to introduce our next opponent. Sounds good to me. This is Honeybee, lovely darling of the Arcadion. As you can doubtless guess, she utilizes the soul of a bee, an extremely venomous one at that. But rather than her poison, you should be wary of her ability to charm all before her. For in addition to her winsome charm, which serves her well as a songstress, so she's an idol on top of being a fighter, she can produce pheromones of a queen bee to enthrall even her foes. Those who fall under her spell delight in the torment she unleashes upon them, which is why the audience will be spectating via special contraptions cloaked in holograms. It wouldn't do for hundreds of people to be enthralled. Well, I'm glad they put safety of the audience as a top priority. In short, there's nothing lovely about her, despite what she may claim. You're in for a bad time. That may be so, but I have faith you'll prevail. Now sally forth and show us your mettle. Let me guess, she's the one who sings her own theme song. Match 2 is now accessible. Having bested Black Cat, you prepare to face your second opponent, Honey Bee Lovely. With the pheromones of a queen bee and the charm of a songstress, she enthralls her foes before finishing them with deadly venom. If you were to resist her charms, you must steel yourself for a captivating confrontation. Let me grab a sip of my drink real quick before I go back in. Alrighty then. Huh. This is gonna date the video more than it already is, but OBS had an update that redid their audio mixer UI. I actually think it's more convenient now for muting and unmuting for stuff like grabbing a drink. I like it. Before I had to click between two things and not click the wrong one by accident. Alrighty. Lightweight match 2. Let's take off Grit to be safe, and we'll ask the next tank if they want a main tanker. Full party's here. I see, so each one gets their own dedicated arena aesthetics. That looks pretty neat. Yes, she sings her own theme song.
This starlet with a sting, the adorable but deadly, sweet but poisonous, Honey Bee Lovely!
Not bad, but actually she kind of reminds me of the Trick Stars from Yu-Gi-Oh! She'd fit in perfectly fine with them, I think.
The Honey Bee Lovely show.
Alrighty. Other tank wanted to,
Let's put on a lovely show for the audience. Submit to your lovely queen.
A vicious throw! Oh, that'll leave a mark.
oh, I see. Ah. Ha. Yep. Good, I still remember some important tanking duties. This tank looks like he's a bit better geared than I am, so whoops.
Hope you're ready for me to steal your heart.
Honeybee live. I should probably debuff her.
Oh, she's definitely feeling your love.
Love me too.
Can the challenger resist the irresistible? I know I can't.
Might as well buff the team. You're growing infatuated. That's bad. You're head over heels. Oopsie.
Alas,
You're
her
powerless.
charms were not to be denied.
Alas, her charms will be denied. Blow kiss. Oh, I probably don't want that.
I'll make you mine.
I can heal myself a little, at least. Dark Knight has the least amount of total self-heals of all the tanks, but we got enough to get by. Ah. A classic move. That's the finale. I should probably debuff her so that it won't hurt. Yeah, I think that was a good idea. Yeah, that hurt me a bit more than I expected. So yeah, I think the main tank's a lot better than than I am.
To make it interesting.
Oh, it's just her with poison. See?
Here comes our fearsome venom strike!
Poison resistance is greatly reduced.
No hard feelings if I kill you?
Epic twist. Alright, so I probably want to be on this side and on the inner. Yeah, there we are. Ah, crap, I missed that.
Oh, you're kidding me. It didn't work? B is for brilliant.
A group of honeybees are
What's
attracted.
this? Honeybees changed their routine!
Ah, I see what they're doing here. Oh, those are Lalafell bees. I'll have my living shadow take her on while I'm dodging.
Ooh, what a delightful battle this is.
Oops. That was 3 hits. Oh, crap.
We're just getting started.
To the save.
Who's my obedient little babe?
I'd best kill this one. Oh. Yeah, just because I'm out of range doesn't mean I can't hit her. It's not going to make a difference, I don't think, but, you know, you never know. Ah, crap, I was trying to protect the healer, but I was too late. Oh, I want to stay in the pretty flowers. There we are.
Your support means the world to me, everyone.
Here we are.
Even I felt that one! Oh! But the challenge is still standing!
This is nothing.
This will break you to a bloody pulp.
I think I see where these are going, so... Yeah, being at a distance won't save you from a dark night.
What a clash! Neither side is willing to yield!
Chromatic fantasy.
Looks like someone isn't holding back.
And yeah, this is gonna hurt me because I have so many full stacks. Gotta use the big mitigation. There we are.
The
Ding, ding,
match
ding, ding.
is decided! Victory goes to the challenger. It's all over. Until next time.
Got the pants. Here's something else. Haha. What a performance that was. I know you can do it, my friend. To think you actually managed to take Honeybee down. You're the real deal. With this victory, you're now eligible to challenge the reigning champion of the lightweight heavyweight division. As eager as I am to see you claim the crown, it'll take some time to make arrangements for the match. While you wait, why not find yourself a second? That is, someone who supports you by gathering information about your opponents and giving advice on your training. Wait, if you need a second, please let me do it. Those who lose aren't allowed to fight for a while, so I'm free. But above all else, I'd like to see what kind of person the person who defeated me, defeated everyone else too. As an active fighter, I suppose you should know your opponents better than most. If Koda's willing, I certainly wouldn't object. I'd be happy to have Black Cat in my corner. This is working out better than I expected. You won't regret this. Now, if I'm gonna be your second, you ought to know my real name. I'm Yana. I look forward to working together. Young though she is, Yana's a certified fighter of the Arcadion. With your knowledge of your opponents, I believe she's a sound choice for your second. Let's head to the gym. It's a bit messy, but it's far more comfortable this dreary old place. As you seem to have everything well in hand, I'll excuse myself. I'll see you again when it's time for the match. I probably should have grabbed a different one, but oh well. Yana's yarn. She's quite keen for a change of scenery. Right then, follow me. The gym ain't too far from here. Hey there, Koda, the fighter who doesn't use a regulator? Not only fight, but win without using a feral soul. You're amazing. I'll be cheering for you. Ah, you got some fans already. I'm so surprised when I saw you in the ring. You're the hero who protected us from the soldiers. I've been your biggest fan ever since. You'll win your next match, too. I just know it. Thank you. You a heartless fiend. How dare you embarrass a sweet honeybee. I hate you. Ah, well, I can't blame them. They have every right to be upset, I guess. Enjoy this feeling while you can, new blood. You'll be begging for mercy come your next match. The fans are quite riled up today. I understand they need to let out their frustration, but I wish I could find a more productive way to use that energy. And you are? Ah, but do excuse me, I'm something of a storyteller, and I have a keen interest in seeing how this championship unfolds. When you have a moment, I'd love to ask you a few questions. Oh, wait, you're Black Cat. What are you doing keeping company with a bloke who just beat ya? That's probably why I lost. You don't have any pride. I'd rather watch your sister fight. Nobody would put on a show like Wicked Thunder. Huh? Hey, just because you're rivals in the ring doesn't mean you have to hate each other out of it. This is all in good fun at the end of the day. Oh, this is never ending. Let's get out of here. I have the feeling that's going to be a lot more relevant in the future when it comes to it. Because there's no way they'd name drop someone like that and not have them be relevant. Looks like I managed to slip away. Come on, the gym's over here. Huh, guess it won't open until I progress the story. Alright, Jan, how's it going? And here it is. Tri-Tails Training, home of Alexandria's finest fighters. That being said, I'm the only one here at the moment. It's also my actual home. First floor is where I live and the basement's where I train. Now don't be shy, go in and make yourself comfortable. Huh, sounds good to me. I have noticed there's no inn here, but I guess it makes sense. During the story, they said that everyone in Alexandria has a room here even if they never use it, so... And since they never go outside the dome, it only makes sense there'd be no need for, Oh, Makode Kitten. Pleasure to meet you, mister. My name's Niuni. Thank you very much for looking after my sister. Not a problem. Oh yeah, so basically, there's never been a need for inn rooms in Solution 9, so it makes sense there wouldn't be any. But of course, that means I don't really have a base to hang out, especially now that the resistance is not needed now that Zeraldo's been defeated. Thanking him for knocking me out, are ya? Anyways, as you may piece together, I have two sisters, and though they're gone now, our parents were originally from Tural. They happened to be in Usalani when the dome appeared and ended up trapped. Here they took up work as hunters, but they were always opposed to regulars and never wore them. One day they went out and never came back. Truth be told, I became interested in you since you remind me of our parents. Like them, you're averse to using souls. We, on the other hand, don't see a problem with the practice, so at our sister's urging, we started wearing regulators after mother and father died. Yeah, everyone here, these are all from a younger generation who grew up knowing just the regulators as just a regular part of life. The idea that there's a moral quandary about using them never even came to mind, basically, especially from the fact that they revive you from death, giving you extra lives, basically, after their parents never end up dying in an accident, apparently. It's only because they weren't wearing regulars they passed that we can still remember them. Whether we're better or worse off for it, I can't say. That is a perk to it, at least. I was too little to understand what happened, but I've heard the story from my sisters. When I see you fight, I can't help but feel anxious. Code, I say this when I stands. Won't you consider wearing a regulator in the matches, if only to revive yourself if the worst comes to pass? I'm afraid where I come from, it's a moral quandary to be I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid it can't change people's minds when it comes to soul use, Niuni. It's a question of culture and upbringing. But rather than talk about such things. Yeah, I suppose that's been the running theme of Dawntrail so far, culture clash. We should celebrate. You've won 2 champion rounds now, Coda. This calls for drinks. We only got energy tonics, but it's a gesture that counts, right? Probably better than alcohol. I don't really care for that, if we're honest. I don't really drink energy drinks either, but... You're celebrating even though you lost? Hey, this is all in good fun. Win or lose, we're just here to have a good time, you know? You can toast with anything. Do 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 do. So after that delightful sound outside, I imagine your fan sat outside. I'm sure you're curious about my sister. Her name is Eutrope, and she rose to become the top contender of the heavyweight division. She became a fighter to look after me and Niuni first and foremost, but turned out she was great at it. Hardly surprising, I suppose. She always excelled at anything she set her mind to. She was a natural at combat. On top of that, she mastered how to wield Electrope. Hold on, I have just the thing. Ah, a pamphlet or something advertising her matches? Wicked Thunder was her ring name. She harnessed the Levin Steed's soul in conjunction with Electrope, and she could shapeshift to adapt to her enemies in battle. I'm confident of what I could do. Eutrope herself taught me how to fight, but I could never emulate her fighting style. Sometimes you need to find your own, so that's fine. The thing is, she just disappeared one day without saying a word to us. Right, and the fact they remember her means that she did not die, or at least not die while wearing one of the devices. She was so close to being immortalized, too. Right, you would know. All Arcadian fighters retire young. Feral soul transfiguration is too much of a burden on the body. Those who can fight at the age of 20 are immortalized in the Ascension Arcadia Hall of Fame. This comes with the privilege of moving to luxury residences on the Everkeep's upper levels where they can live their days in comfort. Eutrope threw all that away when she vanished. I just can't wrap my head around why. That's enough reminiscing for now. Can't be long for your next match, so let's head back to Arcadion. I do appreciate how much more straightforward this storyline is compared to the main one. Good luck, Coden. Please be careful. I will be. I can be a bit reckless, but hey, the tank privilege is. I can take a bigger beating than most others. Like, you remember in the last fight how I had like 2 or 3 times that I had like 3 stacks of vulnerability, maybe more? As a DPS, that would have straight up killed me, but as a tank, I get a few perks to survive stuff like that more easily. Oops, not that way. I know before I said that I found the main story to be better paced, but that was mostly in terms of that was poorly worded because while the levels are split, they're not exactly made this equal. I do think I'd still hold that the second half is a lot better than the first, but that's also because the first is mostly just talk to 3 people, do thing, talk to 3 people, do another thing. Definitely would have preferred a few more instant fights. Let's try my I can worry about that later, but I'll need to keep that in mind since that's a plus quest. That means it unlocks something. So yeah. Rest assured, I'm not going to harp on the main story too much because I've already done that on the previous ones, but I guess some thoughts are a bit clearer now that I've had some time to let it sink in. Yeah, while it has a nicer level distribution than Endwalker did, it also doesn't make as good of use of it as it could. But again, that's also because they cut down on the combat encounters after people complained too much about the ones in Endwalker, which honestly really sucks. I know a lot of people complain that In From the Cold and the Rangit and Thancred duels were really drawn out, but I genuinely think those are some of my favorites there. Or just because they added so much to the game world. Especially since Thancred was one of the... Thancred had a decent... Everyone had some focus in everyone present had some level of focus in Shadowbringers, but Thancred in particular had a lot. So it was nice playing as him for a bit. Here we go, Coda. I'll do my best to support you as your second. Vile heat. Excitement is palpable. If you should win this next fight, you'll become champion of the lightweight heavyweight division. Let's give it everything we got. That's odd. There's usually 4 in each round, isn't there? Oh well. We can just nod off early after this because of... Right, let's take a look at your opponent. That right there, I regret to say, is the reigning light heavyweight champion, Brute Bomber. He uses the might of the Bomb King to ignite all he touches, but that'll be the least of your worries. He's a dirty fighter that does anything and anything to win. Rules be damned, countless of opponents had to be carried to the infirmary. But you'll be fine, I'm sure of it. Bested me, you can bet this Brute Bomber too. Now go and blast that loathsome loud to have his own ring and come back here as the new champion. Sounds good to me. Yeah, each fighter has their own theme song, and I love it. Duty fighter has been updated with a new regular duty. You can't do... Yeah, let's see here. The time has come for you to match against the Brute Bomber, who wields not only the explosive power of the bomb... Who wields the explosive power of Bomb King. Yeah, he did not become champion by playing by the rules, and if you're to bring his despised heel low, you must... Oh, I get it, heel, because in wrestling... heel is a bad guy and face is the hero. Must be prepared to face all he brings to bear. That reminds me here. Yeah, usually it's 4, right? Bahamut's a bit different. Let's see here. Yeah. I guess the last round could be against all 3. Guess we'll see. Alright, I'm gonna grab one sip of my drink and then join up. So, one moment, please. Only 1 hour. Wow, they really are making this go by rather quickly. Alright. I can repair my stuff after, I think. I'll do the story and then I'll worry about the rest later. I'm trying to think of, on that note, I guess I'm trying to think of a new outfit for my Pictomancer, since it's a job I intend to be using as my main caster, but I can't just use my Red Mage's outfit on it because it uses Red Mage artifact gear. It won't work on anything but another Red Mage. But anything but a Red Mage, I mean. Another, as if there's multiple, as if there's more than one. Everything but a tank is ready. Yeah, there's a reason there's a tanking achievement. There's achievements for playing as tanks, and nothing, and none for any of the other jobs. I believe in you, Coda. Blast the Brute Bomber out of his own ring and become champion. Ooh, maybe we'll even have a title defense round. That'd be neat. You know, like Punch-Out. Once you beat the game, you now have to defend your title defense against everyone else who is able to go through the same journey you are and prove yourself. That's pretty neat. I've been wondering if I should do some more PvP streams of this game as well. Maybe I'll mix them in with the new story stuff. I think I've got a few ideas for what I'm going to be doing next, but I might take some time, maybe do some Streets of Rogue. We'll get before or rather Streets of Rogue 1, now that 2 is coming out next month. Get some runs of that in before the sequel comes out. Or I could also do some more Super Animal Royale. People seem to like that, but I guess Battle Royale games are just really good for stream content. Then again, I guess roguish games are pretty good for that too, simply because you never know what kind of run you'll get. I had a streak of nothing but wins, but lately I've had some pretty bad luck runs, so you never know. And match 3, here we are. We tanks are ready. This is what it's like to do content for the first time on a tank. AAC Light Heavyweight 3. I see we're in a cage match tonight. Those are pretty brutal, but nothing I can't handle. I am the Knight of the Dark. Knight.
Tonight he explodes in the ring once more. The man you love to hate with a fiery passion, the Brute Bomber!
Vile Heat, Brute Bomber. Oh, I thought that the one on his chest was his actual head. Is it just me, or does he remind me of Asura from Asura's Wrath?
blow you to smithereens. The brute bomber has muffled his way into the ring!
I guess that answers that question. Here we are.
Even I felt that one off, but the challenger's still standing!
Tank busters are hurt. Tank busters hurt, but they're nothing I can't handle. Battle lariat. Whoops. Well, it's at least better than the darkest lariat. Then again, maybe it'd be fitting for the darkest knight to have to fight the darkest lariat. Oh, I see now. I messed that up real bad. Murderous Mist. That sounds like an AoE. Yeah, I'm screwing these mechanics up a lot.
You should know that I have a short fuse!
Now let's see. The fuse are ignited. That's a shorter one, so that's a safe one. This is a short, long fuse, so I need to hang out near this one.
And they're done! Is it over already?
And they're down. Is it over already?
Don't mind me, throat's a bit parched.
And come on.
Out of the way, tin can! My word, he just assaulted the referee! The scoundrel! No more
Performance enhancing compound is amplifying. Damage dealt is increased. You dick.
vicious blow! Oh, that'll leave a mark!
Let's do this way. Alright, so he's gonna alternate, it looks like. Oh, no, he's not. Well, isn't that an asshole thing to do?
I can't lose! I won't!
Damn it. That's on me. That was my fault. He's doing a lot at once, but that's not out of my wheelhouse. I've absolutely dealt with mechanics like that before. Well, perhaps this is all the more reason.
They're back on their feet! What good?
They're back on their feet. What prince?
Oh my! Challenger went down hard.
Done hard. Alright, so he does commentate on everything you're doing at the moment. Interesting. Good to know. Let's stay here. Oh, crap. Dude, Limp Hack is
But for how long?
still no power. There we are. He popped my bubble, and that's all that matters. Ooh, that's hurts like the Dickens. I'll use Abyssal Drain just for the heal. I see what it's doing here. Yeah, stay back here. Let's just reduce this damage so that our team doesn't suffer as much pain. Oopsie. Excellent. GG, everyone. And at that, we've officially completed the raid. There's most definitely not a fight after this. No sirree, Bob. Imagine in the Savage difficulty, he'll probably bring out a few more illegal substances to power himself up.
Is decided. Victory goes to the challenger. It's all over. Until next time.
Ooh, that's a Heaven's Ward relic bow. You did it, you really did it. Even though you beat me, I'm absolutely over the moon for you. It's really astonishing what you can do without a feral soul. And with this, you're now the heavyweight champion. Congratulations, Coda. Now, there'll be an official ceremony to crown you champion. All and sundry will be watching, so wear something you won't regret. Honestly, I really love my tank glam. It just looks so amazing. Well, rather, I much prefer the thick robes sort of tank look over the heavy armor tank look. How it protects, I don't know. Maybe there's some good chainmail or something hidden under. Great area. Let's go on the stage for your big moment. Do 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 do. My fellow citizens, we get there to recognize the new champion of Arcadion, the rising star, shot the top of the light heavyweight division at breakneck speed. Without further ado, please give a warm welcome to our man of the hour. The unstoppable upstart, the unenhanced but unbeatable, the one and only Kota Blue. Oh, I love the aesthetic here. Those. Ah. Thank you, my adoring fans, and those who showed up to be polite. Hold it right there. Your victory was but a farce, and I refuse to accept it. I already kicked your ass, buddy. Oh my, it appears the Brute Bomber is unsatisfied with the outcome of his match. Dude, you used your enhanced substance and still lost. You fought with 80. How's that fair? Let's settle this one-on-one, just you and me. You want to talk about fair? It's supposed to be one-on-one. Fight without a bloody bomb. Fight without your bloody bomb king. Shut your mouths, I'll make the rules here. Of course I'm prepared for the heel to come in. What in the world just happened? That's interesting. Huh. Huh. Wasn't expecting to see her so early. Bluntly, I was expecting to see her much later on. Eutrope! I don't believe... The Wicked Thunder, the heavyweight fighter suddenly vanished, has returned! I will have your soul. Prepare yourself. I see, she wants my... What's this? Wicked Thunder is just challenge unstoppable upstart. Alas, much as I wish to bear witness to their clash, Wicked Thunder's license was revoked upon her disappearance. I am unable to sanction such a match. Intriguing, most intriguing. That voice, it's the president. Right. I will allow a special exhibition match. Prepare Wicked Thunder's ring and prepare yourself, upstart. You heard it, folks. By permission of the president, the match will be held. Who will emerge victorious? Note, Eric Witch or the unenhanced warrior. This is an event you cannot afford to miss. All I have is this big-ass sword and the unstoppable power of Dynamis on my side. I guess I'll need to ask you a bit about... Eutrope, where have you been, and why have you come back now? I'm sorry, I wasn't prepared to see my sister like that. It's a shame your big moment is spoiled, but now that the match has been decided, there's nothing to do but prepare. As a former heavyweight fighter, Eutrope's more than a cut above everyone else you've faced so far. Even so, having seen how quickly you've climbed the ranks, I'd reckon you're far from overmatched. As Nayuni mentioned, Eutrope, or rather Wicked Thunder, harnesses Levin Steed's soul and employs Electrope in battle. Her ring's a recreation of an imaginary city designed to allow her full use of her powers. Her bouts are notoriously so dangerous that there isn't even seating for spectators. And while she's my sister, I'm your second, so you go out there, Coda, and you win this. I suspect there might be a secondary reason why she wants me to win. Oh, yeah, I get why. It's because if I can defeat her, we can actually force her to start talking. Because she has a lot to answer for, just up and disappearing like that. Wicked Thunder will be your toughest opponent so far, and by far. But you have what it takes, Coda. I know it. Alright, let me just grab a sip of my drink, stretch a bit, and I'll dive in. Alrighty. Now to see what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. After all, as a tank, my job is to hold the line. Full party. Lightweight, heavyweight, match 4 in Zoctral. Why am I reminded of Mila from Freedom Planet?
Wielding both magic and machina, she's a witch for a new age, the wondrous Wicked Thunder!
Ah, she's using the power of Ixion. The Neoteric Witch, the Wicked Thunder.
This is nothing personal, but I must have your soul.
Wicked Thunder has returned to the ring!
Oh, right, stand in the pretty flowers. You actually don't have to. It doesn't give you the buff like it does for the Pictomancer that dropped it, but sometimes it's nice to stand in some pretty flower, among pretty flowers.
There is no limit to Electrope's potential.
Oh, I know what that's gonna do. Of course.
Electrope has many uses. Watch and learn.
Ooh, look at that massive cannon! Her skills are as sharp as ever.
Oh wow, she destroyed the arena.
God's wings, one simply nature.
His great wings! Ha! Are wickedly divine! Challenger went down hard.
Even tank privilege only goes so far. Alright, so basically those clones, I need to pay attention to closer attention to the clones. I really misread what direction they were firing at me.
They're still in it, but for how long?
I can't overlap. I'll survive with the teammate wolf. Rainbow Drip is a really nice looking spell. Oh, I missed that side, huh?
They're back on their feet! What?
predicted it a little better that time. Let's just reduce this damage so our team has an easier time. With the shields. Should have seen all of our mechanics by now, so here it's just a matter of the master.
How are you still standing?
At this point, he decided he's gonna laser us so, over and over.
Just die already!
Action. Direction disregard all actions. I see. I do have a party wide at least. Yeah, she's, from here, she's just gonna strengthen it more and more.
I need your soul!
There we are.
Damn it. No choice but to withdraw.
And, she's gonna be a recurring boss.
In a shocking turn of events, Wicked Thunder has fled the ring! Our unstoppable upstart is victorious!
Has she just gone and mad with trying to obtain more and more power? Lightweight, heavyweight tier complete.
It's all over. Until next time.
Darn it. And there we are, we got all of our... We can actually get a pair of pants! Ooh, let's get showtime going. Hollow blade. When activated, this powered device in the cave projects a holographic blade. I'll clean up my inventory of the old stuff later. You're safe, thank goodness. But for you to actually triumph, it seems you still have stuff to succeed, even in the upper divisions. I was hoping to have a word with your trope, but she disappeared again. There's nothing else to do now. Let's get back to our gym. Alright, so I'm gonna be going to the gym for each one of these tiers. That's perfectly fine, I think. Oh, good to know they have recycling here. Tons of bars, and all they serve is energy drinks. Certainly an interesting thing, that's for sure. Uni will have watched the fight from at home. I wonder what she thought of everything. Come on, let's go in. Sounds good to me. I'm relieved you're unharmed, Coda. What a shock it was to see you trope again, and in that manner. Hello, trope. Wait, what are you doing here? You're not after a fight, or so. Well, no matter, I'm not here to fight you, but talk to my sisters. Good, because we have a mountain of questions for you. Why'd you disappear? What have you been doing this whole time? This sure is the expansion of fists, isn't it? I'll explain everything to you, of course, but if you want to live, Yana, you need to give up fighting right now. What? Why? Because if you repeatedly transfigure your flesh with a feral soul, you'll eventually develop a psychonecrosis, an irreversible disease where your own soul degrades. Once it's begun, it's too late. All you can do is wait death, like me. This can't be true. I knew there were risks. Isn't that why fighters are immortalized? So we can get out before it's too late. Yana, have you ever met one of the immortalized? The life of comfort promised is just a lie woven to exploit us and cover up our deaths. But I remember them all. How can they be... Oh, right. Remember, when people die in this society, if they're connected to a regulator, everyone forgets them in order to spare them the pain of losing people they care about. Rather than to new homes, they're taken to a secret facility. There, the regulators are removed, and they're kept confident until they die. Without the regulators fitted, Everkeep systems have no way of detecting their death, nor preserving their memory. I had noticed changes in my body, and so decided to seek the Council of the Immortalized. When I snuck into the President's office to ascertain their whereabouts, I discovered the sordid truth, where I would become another victim if I had remained, so I disappeared, began searching for a cure. Did you find one? In theory, the remedy is another one's soul, but an ordinary one won't do. No, it has to be surpassingly dense. Like yours, I bear no ill will, but you're my only hope of survival. Rather than ambush you in the city and cause disturbance, I challenge you to the ring, where I would claim my prize. I knew the President wouldn't pass up the opportunity for a thrilling match, but I've become weaker than I realized. That's the only reason we're having this conversation now. Oh, I don't know about that. Next time I will have your soul. Right, even compared to those from the source, ours is more dense than usual thanks to Ardbert from Shadowbringers. Wait, Choop, even if you save yourself, you can't just take the soul of another. That's not right. That's easy for you to say. You don't live the knowledge that every single moment your soul's being eaten away. I empathize with your situation, but it's easy to talk about the importance of sacrifice when you're not the one making it. Forgive my intrusion. I'd come to see how you were faring right after your sister's sudden appearance, but I fear I've overheard something most distressing. So you didn't know either, despite your position at the Arcadia. Had I known, I assure you I would not commentate with such enthusiasm. It was in belief our fighters were safe that I enjoyed my work. So he's not. Well, either he's a damn good actor, or he is on the up and up. There's only one thing to do. We have to make the truth public and stop the fights. I don't want anyone else to suffer. Oh no, that's the worst thing you could possibly do. The president shows no mercy to those who get in his way. Should we go public with a secret, no one would be safe, not you, me, or the fighters. That Utrope has kept silent, I suspect, is because she understood this. I suppose you're right. In hindsight, it's because he's such a ruthless man that he could cover up such a disease. I believe we do have but one recourse. Coda, you must ride to the very summit of the Arcadion and become Grand Champion. You see, the Grand Champions are granted access to all souls in our repository. While it wouldn't be the intended purpose of the privilege, would be at liberty to release them if you so wish. Honestly, that's kind of the impression I got Mitem wanted me to do, since the entire thing he promised was if we win, he'll release the souls that are helping us. And all that. He seems to want to be going... While he does absolutely want both profit and entertainment, good entertainment, he does also seem to want to be at the forefront of great change. Now, granted, this would also put him in the forefront of benefiting from this, but at the same time, I suppose our goals are aligned, even if that is the case. But don't think I've forgotten Lolorito and all the other shrewd businessmen who work with us. I'm well aware of how that works. Thus, by getting rid of all the Pharaoh souls, the fighters will no longer be at risk. With skills you've developed so far, I have the faith you can do it. You can count on me. Good, good. Now, it would go under suspicion if I lingered for too long, so I should take my leave, if you'll excuse me. As you can recall, I can't fight any matches for a while. Given what I know now, it's just as well. But I'll, of course, continue to support you best I can. At the same time, Neoni and I will undertake our own search for a cure to psycho-necrosis. There has to be a way to save our sister without sacrificing you, or anyone else for that matter. Maybe Alice has a way to cure it, if it's anything like, primal poisoning. To be honest, I'm still trying to wrap my head around everything. I put on a brave face for Uni's face, but the truth is I really am terrified. I'm glad to have you with us in all this. This has become more than just a fighting competition, but for the sake of our goal, we have to go along with it. So come find me when it's time to begin your cruiserweight competition. Sounds good to me. And there's our new light heavyweight champion. I've been most eager to talk to you, my friend. Is that the president the whole time? I do believe proper instructions order. My name is Gabbro, and I am a cartoonist. That is, a storyteller in the medium of art. Most of my works are inspired by the battles of Arcadion, and I'd love nothing more than to chronicle the journey of an unstoppable upstart. Now, I still have a few preparations, but as soon as that's finished, I'd be most obliged to hear your tales. Gabbro's works are tremendously popular in Solution 9. The fact he wants to make a story about you is proof of your own popularity. You could do worse than have a chat with him. Pick on someone your own size. Review Blues. Pharaoh. I see, I'm opening our own bring back Queen's Fiend. I'm gonna keep shaking my shaker to make sure there's always a drink ready whenever folks get thirsty. I'm not drunk, I'm just tipsy. Strange. Might as well do this quest, whatever it is. I've got a bit of time after all. I usually try to have at least 2 hours, oftentimes shooting over it. I did some 8-hour streams for the story, but that was also because I was trying to rush to get through before spoilers got to me. All by Spire. A researcher's in an eccentric position. Eccentric researcher's in a unique position. Pardon me, but you'd not be Koji, would you? Code, would you? The very same as Safe Solution 9? That's me, yes. I knew it. You, my heroic friend, earned luck from granting permission to test your might against my indomitable dummies. Usually reserved for military research, but I will exception for one of your talents. Oh, this is for Stone Sea Sky. Yeah, basically that's just a way to test your DPS to make sure you're able to beat, you know, hard content before you get there. Nothing to say, of course. You've been struck dumb by my overwhelming generosity. Not to worry, I'll ease you through the explanation. Once you return to your senses, come to me in the streets. Right, let's use the Ethernet shards. Right, they're called ley stones here. Might as well go here, I suppose. Actually, maybe I should swap out my mount here. I usually use the pig to... Let's see here. Because it looks hilarious with the Dark Knight, but... Right, I unlock flight in all areas, so I can make it go quickly. Hi, trust you've recovered from the shock of my proposal. Good, let me explain. I'm a researcher, namely in the field of electrical engineering. During Zoljaw's reign, I survived in his ranks by helping research and develop protective materials. One of my projects was these indomitable dummies, as their name implies. The durability is second to none. They were used to measure the offensive potential of an entire arsenal of weapons to great effect. With Zolja no more, pieces return to our home, and preferable outcome, of course, but does mean my masterworks have left to rust. That's an affront to science I cannot forgive. A peace may demand we set down our weapons, but the march of progress must go on. And so I grant you, seems to possess might equal to an entire squadron. You've the Spire of Trial. Of course, I'm more than willing to make adjustments as befits the magnitude of power. A woman of science, I can think of no greater honor than to have you testing the limits of my creations. Give me purpose anew. I'll be testing and improving the dummies while able, so you're welcome to stop by. An expansion of Stone Sea Sky. I'm honestly not sure why you have to speak to a specific NPC to go to these to test your damage, but I guess it's whatever. I should definitely do some fate grinding. I need to do a lot of it. Each expansion has a amount that costs raw money, raw gil in order to buy. But this one was actually cheaper than the others, and I'm guessing that's because the Shadowbringer and Endwalker ones, those are 25 million, but they're also basically just solid gold recolors with unique music. This one doesn't have unique music, but it's a unique model and is only 7.5 million gil, so cost me damn near everything, but I don't regret it, that's for sure. Alright, he's not. I was wondering why he wasn't showing up. He's not showing up because he unlocks the Savage tier raids, which are not currently available. Right now, you only have the normal, and in 1 to 2 weeks, they'll be releasing the Savage raids. The reason for that is to basically give everyone time to prepare, because as anyone who's played a new fighting game will tell you, being able to get in practice early can be huge for difficult stuff and mastering things before anyone else. And so the race to world first, or just to win, is on. Maybe I'll think about joining one this time around. I haven't raided with a proper static since Stormblood, but I had a really good time, that's for sure. We never beat God Kefka or Neo X Death, but it was a lot of fun, that's for sure. Broadcast terminal. Bad. Right, I should probably get my stuff repaired. Whoops. Merchant Mender. Oh yeah, since I was getting a lot of poetics lately, I decided I should probably start getting the Manderville weapons up. This will be good for getting a jump start on leveling my Gunbreaker and others, I think. So it's definitely in my best interest to do that. We're a little early, but you know what? I guess I could also change games. You know what? I'll go ahead and change games. Sometimes just a basic greatsword can do a lot to make a Dark Knight's attire look really good. Alright. Until next time, thank you for watching, hope you had a good time, and I'll see you later.